How do we keep our transactions running smoothly so that everybody's happy? So an agent friend of mine called me last week, and he was complaining about the deals he had and how hard it was to keep on track, and that people were just not happy. His clients were calling him and they didn't know what was going on, and he couldn't get a hold of the lenders and the attorneys and the co-broke agents, couldn't get them to call him back. He didn't know if it was worth it anymore. He said it was just too stressful because everybody was always upset, and they seemed to always be upset at him. So I decided I'd try to talk him back off the proverbial cliff just a little bit. And I started to ask him about his system or his process to get from contract to closing. And he got quiet for a second. I said, no, what is your process? How do you get from contract to close? And he said, well, I know what to do. And I said, no, I know you know what to do, but do you have a checklist? Do you have it computerized? And he said, no. And I said, well, man, there's where your stress is coming from. You're working from a place of reaction, not being proactive to stay on top of things because you've got nothing to go by. So I told him, let me share with you how we keep our transactions running smoothly so that everybody's happy. The more transactions you do, the more important it is to have a process, system, or checklist. Those are all the same thing. And what they are is a step-by-step plan on what needs to happen from contract to closing. Take the time to sit down and write it out in order. You know what you do, but write it out in order so that you can see all the steps that need to happen to get you from that contract to closing. It can be paper or it can be computerized. Here at the Les Walden Real Estate team, we started out with paper checklists. We're now all computerized with our systems. You have to commit to following your process. If you do that, it will keep you from dropping the ball. It will make you proactive, and it will keep your people happy. The proactive part is what eliminates the stress. Being reactive to things that happen is what creates the stress. And the great thing about developing your system, your process, your checklist is when it's time to grow your team, when you're doing more transactions, you can train other people to your process, ensuring that you give that great service.